Yes, yes, good day. As I have no idea as what they call it, trendy. Today, a gossip chat talking about the mind can achieve, and then again, not so. Let's say the lost and found has returned to its original owner. Talking about, I was the guy to say female music, and that's the anchor to my boat. To say I fiend for yes, to have fun with the female musics, the fiend, the anchor to my boat. It left me, it just left of my fiend, of my request, of my passionate heart. Such a thing left for me, it went away. I was only looking for how does it go with YouTube downloads? To say I was the guy for buy the CD album so that you have knowledge what the artist is about. Then to me it would be Hip Hop 98. I started from 83. Around then I was 16 to 15 at 98. So that's what I talking about. Everybody talking about. What I talking about. Aaliyah, Jay-Z, Nas, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Tupac. Everybody talking about. Notorious B.I.G. Everybody talking about. That was it for me to talk about. We was not talking about what did you know my name? Ray or Megan Thee Stallion or Cardi B, several of those. It was not the fifth that I was there 15 to 16 and we talking about. By 15 to 16 it was the other ones what we talking about. For that reason, I became to always the anchor of the boat was passionate heart for female music. Then I would say buy the CD album and have knowledge of the artist so you know what he's talking about. eventually, and I do not speak of years for a milestone, I will not speak of, but it became that I went for how does the people do with YouTube downloads? Because I was in that time just buy the album. The other people say easy YouTube downloads, what everybody would say. I would say no, buy the album, have knowledge of the artist. And so eventually, when they was up, then I went up later on for the YouTube downloads, and that's how it became that I went for a general. It should say to become general. The music I got became the general and no longer the anchor of the boat, the passionate heart for female music. I became so general with the music. And as I just said, the mind can achieve it. The lost and found has returned. I come to the conclusion the main road of music is stay with the duets of male to female, or female to male, male and female. Stay with the duets and gather the milestones from there. It will say, it will cost you when you miss, when you skip out, when you skip the noon. You grow a beard, grow a Pinocchio's nose. You will lose your obligation, or you are obligated to follow. Eh? You are tricked to keep following the new, or else you're the false one. If you do not take charge to obtain the new, then you are a false one. You grow a beard or grow a Pinocchio's nose. And this happens with many more angles of entertainment. The who that skips to follow the new grows a beard or grows a Pinocchio's nose. So with me as well, as I stick to my main genre of YouTube downloads, about 8 to 9 hours if I got eventually, and eventually added on with several album tracks, and several of my own amateur artist music, only 5 pieces to a list of 8 to 9 hours. So, and there goes it, I say, a main general, and not the what is my original from life, the anchor of the boat, to say passionate for female music, and not the duets. Has never been the anchor of the boat for my life. Always just a recent few hours, I get to say, hey, it could be a drive. It could be a drive of what normal people are doing. As I'm not the normal people. I'm the criminal robbery to just pick somebody out in the public downtown and robbery him or her. Then I stay like a vulture on the hill, and I never join the people with the fun and entertainment. That's hard for me to do. Yeah. And so I came to see those duets, how these main road of people do, is to keep following the master of duets. Then I say, and then I say, if the so-called romantic candidate woman says, until Roberto, listen to duet, and the other female woman say, until Roberto goes back to his anchor of his boat for original life, to passionate heart for female music. If they say until, then there is one new thing going on in nowadays time. This, from rapper American Nas. On this album you find him, as I quote him from this album, in love with Nas and not his money. In nowadays time, it's becoming a true saying between people. When the situation occurs, they will constantly relate to say, in love with Nas and not his money. This music album from Hip Hop 98 is from where he has this rhyme, and I quote it from him. I did not quote it in my music, but I now quote in this video chat. Then Nas, he says on this album, in love with Nas and not his money. So this music album it comes. It's a true full music album with the CD inside, but the plastic box I always take off or else too much storage space. Now it can go in a easy handbag filled with CDs and DVDs, also in plastic cover sockets. One more time. Yeah. This Nas album, I Am. Yes, it says on the bottom side, yeah. So to say my all-time great favorite of hip-hop rappers is who? Well, it was just one certain album only, which comes from Mobb Deep. To say the Mobb Deep album, Murder Music, is one time my favorite hip-hop album ever. But I still do not have the favorite rapper I appreciate of all times. That I do not have. Only one certain album says my favorite of all times, but I do not have the rapper's group or rapper himself to say it's my favorite of all time. That I do not have. I would say once these guys make a favorite of my favorite album, only one of these guys made album say this is my favorite genre. But I don't have a favorite like to say these are my more favorite all time. Only say one album I like of the guys. It's my favorite, and not to say these guys I like the much. Not so. Not so. Just constantly they make one time albums. Say that's my favorite album. Constantly one time, and not to say these are favorite guys for me the whole time. Not so. Okay, so admit how much. Oh, there's one more thing to relate. Let's see. 9 inside 40. One more thing to relate to say the female candidate of romance. To say the one place the bet on when he minds achieves it, then he will take a search to duets. This is one woman's bet. One team of women's bet. The other women team bet is, as his original of life, passionate for female music is the anchor of his boat, he returns to find such a thing. And from there comes, in love with Nas, not his money. It's truly a waste of time. Berto will always now stay general, as how he calls his YouTube downloads, from 8 to 9 hours. It's his rap, it's his compound package. He stays on a general. There you might find several duets, several full female music, many men's music. The battle will forever stay on his general. If that was the bet of the two teams, wasting time looking if the better makes the action. By that time, be in love with Nas and not his money. By that time, to see if Roberto makes the action of these two bets. Within that time, be in love with Nas and not his money. As at all the times, it's now common day people saying, to be in love with Nas and not his money. During the time of, will his mind achieve to think, no, you are wasting time. By that time, be in love with Nas and not his money. Then so yeah, it's now going to 20 minutes video chat of gossip chat. We're at 11 inside 50. Yeah, slow ending to 20, I guess. I got tobaccos, I got drink. Yeah, okay. Only to say, if it's that is your bet, then by now, been in love with Nas and not his money. If such a thing is your bet. One more time to repeat. If that is your bet, then to exactly to say, by now, then by now, for you to be in love with Nas and not with his money. To say to by now, then be in love with Nas and not his money. To by now. It's nowadays common to say relate, as people saying. Further to say nothing much, let's say to skip the repeats, just go for a soft ending, not 15, but 20. And to say what more to remark of casual day life, as it's now on Monday, 12 May 2025. Around between 5:30 p.m. and 6 p.m. Between that 5:30 p.m. and 6 p.m. around that, between that half an hour right there. 5:30 and 6 p.m. between the half hour. It's not right now. 12 Monday 12 May 2025. Yeah, for me, just a day inside the house. Nothing strange. Totally nothing strange. Day inside the house, nothing strange for me. Eventually goes out for grocery. Eventually goes out for downtown breeze. Downtown breeze goes to socializing, talk to some strangers or whatever, meet some friends downtown, or from telephone calling some friends and family, from telephone calling, going downtown for, yeah, whatever stranger, just a social conversation. Yeah, it's either easy in the house and several times outdoors. Yeah, the house is like really, yeah, to say a single candidate of romance, a one-way income and not a two-way income. No female food recipes, female food products, none of that. No female soap smell, no female perfume odor. Like that is that. The halter weights are here. Exactly, more so, yeah. No female food products or recipes. No female perfume odor. I don't even spray female perfume odor to say, then it's been. I do not. I do not. Because don't be a fool to yourself. Don't be a fool to yourself. Think more intelligence. The sweat and the breath counts far too much. If you think of a female perfume to spray, don't be a fool to yourself at all. The breath and the sweat counts far too much during a perfume. Do not be a fool to yourself to spray female perfume to say it's been. Do not be a fool to yourself. The breath and the sweat counts far too much. So to say, the female nearly finds space in my closet for to place her wardrobe. Nearly does the female find space in the closet for a wardrobe. Nearly finds she space. So all those things is some take a look and see what's compatible to the woman for herself. To see what the woman says. If she's a clever architect or decorator, furniture decorator, clever architect. All open for conversation many times. Open for conversation many times. Many times open for conversation many times. And to say, must the female be vanity? Same way. Open for conversation many times. As I am the guy from a bit too much of below vanity. I'm the guy from a bit too much below vanity. Could speak about talented guests. Then several say you deserve because of your talented. You mustn't do it to always go to the fake women to say, you must behave that you. Several people say you must behave to your talent, that you deserve the most classy vanity. To my regret, I'm not good at it. Not to repeat these remarks, not to repeat. Take a look at the time. Oh, wrong button. Yep. 18 inside 50. Then 19, okay, going to ending time, yeah. So there's no more repeats, only, eventually no more repeats, only goes to ending time. 20 straight, inside 19. Let's take a look. 19 inside 40. Okay, to take a look, go to 20 straight. Okay, I thank you for your time. I see you another time.